Hi, this is Chatterboxing. I'm Sean. It's my prediction video for the Anthony Joshua Joseph Parker fight tomorrow night. Now, I'm really looking forward to this one. It's being a little bit overlooked by a lot of people, or some people at least, because of all the talk with Joshua against Wilder. But for me, this is has the potential to be a real classic. Both of them come in lighter than we've seen them recently, which is a good sign, I think. Um, Joseph Parker, he's trimmed down. I saw him at. I haven't actually seen the public workouts, but I did see at the press conference and all that. They both look like they're quite trim. So Joseph Parker obviously is quick on his feet. You think that their game plan is to use that advantage that they do have, move around as much as possible. For Joseph Parker to win this fight, for me, he's got to have a kind of Manny Pacquiao style performance. And by that I mean quick on his feet, quick hands, moving in and out. Because obviously he's a smaller man fighting against someone bigger, stronger, more powerful, and with longer reach as well. He's taller. Now when they did the like the face off, he looked quite a bit bigger, Joshua, and he's good from range. So Joseph Parker, he's a pretty good boxer from range, but he does have that disadvantage in height and reach. So he's going to have to use quick feet, quick in and out movement, and really maximise every opportunity he has to do damage. I don't see him being able to just box Joshua at long range in a sort of conventional sort of style. He's going to need to do that sort of Pacquiao, just in and out, boom, and then out of range. If he can do that, he can do that for 12 rounds, then he's got a decent chance. Especially if he finds a moment where Joshua runs out of steam a little bit before he gets his second wind, and he can really capitalise at that moment. Then anything can happen. I mean, Joseph Parker, he's been criticised for his last three performances, but I think the criticism's a little bit unfair. You think about the opponents that he's fought against. They fought against Hughie Fury, who is very, very good in my opinion. He's very good defensively, at least, even if you don't rate him offensively. He's very, very difficult to look good against. He's long, he's tall, he's switching, he's negative, he's on the back foot, he's constantly moving, great head movement. I mean, what do you really do against someone like that if they're not willing to just stand there like and engage with you? So in my opinion, Joseph Parker, if nothing else, showed pretty good agility to be able to at least stick with him for most of the fight. Because Hughie Fury had a tough time. I think if Hughie Fury had been fighting most other people, he would have. I mean, they wouldn't have really got near him. So Joseph Parker showed me that he can sort of cover a lot of ground quite quickly. You know what I mean? He wasn't really able to capitalise when he did. That's something that obviously you want to see something better in this fight. But at least in terms of the movement, I was quite impressed, and that's something that's an advantage that he does have over Joshua. The movement, quick feet, he's lighter and he's agile. So if he can pull it off like a sort of perfect game plan like that, moving when he needs to move, engaging when he needs to engage, and as I say, keeping in and out and like managing to negate the height and reach advantage of Joshua, then he can do it. Joshua obviously is a very good boxer from range, and he's good inside as well. And to be honest, he's sort of good all round, Joshua. Like if they do get on the inside, then I'd favour Joshua. To be honest, I think he's he's physically a lot bigger, stronger. If he can he's quite experienced as well for someone with like so few fights. He's a fast learner. Do you know what I mean? You always see him like improving. Even within fights, you see him adapting quite quickly. So if it does get on the inside, I see Joshua being physically bigger, stronger, much harder puncher. Now, Josie Parker potentially has got faster hands than him with the combinations, but Joshua's still got pretty fast hands, pretty fast combinations. So if they're trading in there, I can only see one winner, and that's Joshua, in terms of like the physical strength and power, and his defence is much better than Parker's as well. Because Parker's someone who he lets his hands go. He'll go back in straight lines. He doesn't really keep himself well defended when he's moving out. he doesn't keep himself very well defended when he's throwing punches. Like Joshua is very, very tucked up. You know what I mean? He'll hit you with combinations, but he's quite solid while he's doing it. He's not really giving you that many openings. So, you know, David Higgins and Parker at the start, they were saying that Joshua's got no chin, and that he's, Joseph Parker's got like an iron chin and all that. Well, we'll see. I mean, they better hope that that's the case, because if that is the case, if Joseph Parker is basically sort of pretty much indestructible, like they're saying, and he can afford to stand there and take like some powerful shots off Joshua and hit him with a couple and do more damage, then you know what I mean. Obviously, he can win, but I don't really see that being the case. Joseph Parker may well be a bit tougher. He might well have a slightly better chin, but I don't think Joshua does have a weak chin. I mean, I've seen him. You know, he's been knocked down. He got knocked down by Vladimir Klitschko. I mean, Vladimir Klitschko, he's got a massive like right hand. Do you know what I mean? Knocked down, got up. So I've never seen Joseph Parker show anywhere near the same power as Vladimir Klitschko. So I think they're barking up the wrong tree with that one. As I say, at range, I see Joshua outboxing him. I think he's got a significant reach advantage. He's got more kind of technically correct punches. His straight punches, they're good. He can get the good hooks on the inside, but he keeps himself, as I say, well covered. He can get full extension on his punches. He's got good timing, and I don't see Parker having that much success on the from range. Now, Parker's game plan should be to try and like tire Joshua out, because Joshua, it's not just that he's muscular and carries a lot of excess weight possibly. He also puts a lot into all his punches. Now, he does have good technique, and he's not like swinging wildly, but he does throw quite a lot of punches, and a lot of them are power punches. So this is tiring. So if Parker can make him miss and can keep him like sort of chasing him, not chasing him around the ring, but kind of keep him on the move, keep him like sort of swinging, because Joshua does. He does sort of plant his feet to punch. Do you know what I mean? He's not someone who like big punches like on the move. So he's kind of predictable. You can sort of see what's coming if you're good enough and you're sort of keeping him on the move and you're keeping him off balance. Then he can do it. But it's going to be very difficult to maintain that for the whole 12 rounds. Do you know what I mean? And can Parker win a decision? Well, it's possible. But let's be honest. Like Joseph Parker to win a decision against Joshua in London, with 80,000 people there going mental every time Joshua like sort of gets anywhere near him. Obviously, like the big money maker is Joshua. All the sort of politics point to the sort of big super fight potentially being made if that ends up happening with him and Wilder. So Joseph Parker's going to need to win very, very convincingly on points to get the decision. But unfortunately, that's just the way I think it will go. So is he able to really sort of dominate Joshua to win on points? I don't think so. Maybe, but I doubt it, to be honest. I think if he does beat him on points, it's going to be a close one. And I can see it being, I wouldn't be surprised if it was quite a competitive fight. But if that is the case, then you've got to think that Joshua would be given the decision for all those things I mentioned. Obviously, like within the arena, the energy, the stadium, the energy is going to be mental. It's going to be serious noise every time Joshua gets near him. So all that's going to contribute to it as well. What I think is going to happen, I think that I'm not really any confident about this pick because I don't know about Parker, how well he can take a punch and how tough he is. Is he as tough as they're saying? Now, just looking at the size of them and looking at how focused Joshua is and how he just seems to improve all the time, I see Joshua stopping him late in the fight. I don't see it happening early. If he does, I'd be very impressed. But I think Joshua As I say, I think he'll beat him from range. I think he'll beat him on the inside. I think the only real way Parker could do it is that sort of in and out Manny Pacquiao style. I don't see him being able to do that for 12 rounds. I think Joshua is going to be just too big and too strong ultimately, and I think he's gonna stop him late. I don't think he'll like knock him spark out or anything like that, but I do think that possibly the corner might pull it if he's getting too. If Joshua's getting to him and like unloading with too many combinations, then possibly the corner might pull him out. But I think it's quite likely the referee will stop the fight. That's what I'm not really sure what round I think it will happen, but I do think it will be towards the end. I think that Parker is he's tough enough and he's skillful enough and he's sort of clever enough to to give a good account of himself and not. I don't think it's going to be one-sided. I think there's going to be a bit of back and forth action. I think he's going to have his moments, but I don't really see what advantages he has apart from like he's a little bit quicker, and I think that's going to be enough. So unless Higgins was right and he's just got an iron jaw and he can just trade with Joshua and come off best, then I don't see him winning that either, and I don't think that's going to happen. So yeah, that's my prediction. Let me know what you lot think in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching.